Glen Heights, Texas is the city that we're featuring today. We're going to look at its history, what it's like to live in Glen Heights. We're also going to take this opportunity to look at the affordability, the real estate, and lifestyle, because this in-depth approach is going to allow us to compare Glen Heights to all the surrounding cities and other cities throughout the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. So if you've been thinking about moving to Glen Heights or just simply want to learn more about the city, this is the video for you, because we're covering everything you need to know about Glen Heights, Texas. Glen Heights is located 18 miles south of Dallas and has Interstate Highway 35 East as an access point to the rest of the DFW Metroplex. Now, if you want to travel to a bigger city like Fort Worth to check out the Fort Worth Zoo, you're looking at about 40 minutes. And if you need to get to Dallas to check out the Dallas Stars, you're looking at 20 minutes. And if you need to catch a flight at the DFW International Airport, give yourself 40 minutes. Now, I share those commonly frequented locations because at one point or another, if you're going to live in Glen Heights, you're going to go to Fort Worth, you're going to go to Dallas, and you're going to catch a flight. But to give you a more comprehensive look, the average commute time in Glen Heights is 31.9 minutes. So yes, you're going to find yourself in the car quite a bit. So now that we know where in the world Glen Heights, Texas even is, I want to welcome you to the DFW Homeowner YouTube channel, the go-to real estate channel for the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. My name is Jaime Resendez, your local realtor and team leader able to help you make money in real estate, whether you're buying or selling. And we're on a mission to reach every DFW resident. So if you can hit that like button, it's going to really help us out. Glen Heights is located in both Dallas and Ellis Counties and was officially incorporated in 1969, which is right around the time when it started experiencing some rapid growth. Mostly because it's one of the first cities that you encounter out of Dallas, aka it's a Dallas suburb, which really explains why the homeownership percentage is so high. It's 79.9%. Glen Heights at present moment has a population slightly over 13,000 residents. And although the city is landlocked by the surrounding cities, it's still expected to rise in population because undeveloped land still exists. So to add some context to Glen Heights, I want to introduce to you an external resource in niche.com, which interprets millions of public data sets on cities all across the country and grades them. And as you can see, Glen Heights has received a B grade from Niche, having aggregated the 12 categories you see on the screen. Now that's what the algorithm says, but what do current and former Glen Heights residents have to say for the city? Well, according to the 44 reviews so far, they give Glen Heights a 3.5 stars out of 5. Now this report is pretty extensive, so I'm going to link it down below for your review. And now we need to look at the recreation situation. What does it look like in Glen Heights? Well, at the moment, there's 56 acres of undeveloped parkland consisting of 1 community park and 2 neighborhood parks. Now that's not uncommon given the small geographical footprint that we have to work with. So many residents will head out to neighboring cities such as Red Oak, DeSoto, and Cedar Hill for additional recreation. And now we need to take a close look at Glen Heights school system, because regardless if you have kids in the school system or not, it matters, because the independent school district that you're in affects your property taxes and also affects your resale value. The City of Glen Heights school system is divided into 2 sections. You have the Dallas County portion, which is served by the DeSoto Independent School District, zoned to either Frank D. Moats Elementary School or Woodridge Elementary School, McGowan Middle School, and DeSoto High School. The Ellis County portion is served by the Red Oak Independent School District, zoned to Donald T. Shields Elementary School, Red Oak Junior High School, and Red Oak High School. Now here's a brief snapshot of each independent school district. You have the DeSoto Independent School District with over 9,400 students, and then you have the Red Oak Independent School District with almost 5,900 students across 7 schools. Now let's dig into the DeSoto district a little bit more. The student per teacher ratio is 14:1, which is actually better than the state average. And the percentage of teachers with 3 or more years of experience is 78%, which is actually worse than the state average of 84%. And on the Red Oak side, our student per teacher ratio is 16:1, which is slightly off from the state average. And when it comes to the percentage of teachers with 3 or more years of experience, you're looking at 86%, which is 2% better than the state average. Now, there's certain things that I, as a real estate agent, am not able to cover when it comes to the school system. So I'm going to link up both reports down below so you can check them out. But what I am able to get into is the Chick-Fil-A situation. Is there a Chick-Fil-A in Glen Heights? And the answer is no. You're going to have to head out to Red Oak, Cedar Hill, or Dallas to get your fix. All right, so I'm only half joking. Chick-fil-A may not be that important for you, but what might be important for you is the real estate situation in Glen Heights. So let's start from a macro perspective. The median home value in Glen Heights is $352,858, which is up an astounding 26.9% over the last 12 months. And as you can see, over the last decade, the home values have gone up pretty systematically, but nothing compared to what happened over the last 12 months. Now, if you've been one of those individuals holding off on buying until the market resets itself, well, you might get your wish soon. And now that we know that the median home value in Glen Heights is $353,000, we need to compare that median value against the surrounding cities to see how it stacks up. DeSoto's median home value is $348,000. Red Oak is $376,000. Oakleaf is $455,000. Ovilla is $511,000. Cedar Hill is $338,000. And the Dallas median home value is $336,000. So as you can see, when compared to its neighbors, Glen Heights is fairly competitive. But let's dig deeper. What type of a home can you purchase in Glen Heights for the budget of $353,000? All right, so those are some really good looking homes, right? Well, I hate to say this to you, but by the time you're watching this video, the homes that you just saw on the screen have probably already sold. However, fear not. For the most current and up-to-date list of homes for sale in Glen Heights, check out the link down below. And now is also a great time for me to share with you what the monthly mortgage payment in Glen Heights can look like. So I'm going to link a video right here that's going to show you exactly how to calculate that, which that video is mandatory viewing, especially if you're coming in from out of state, because the way that we do property taxes is probably way different than how you do property taxes, given that we have some of the highest property taxes in the country, which let's not forget, we do have the trade-off of having no state income tax, which is actually a great segue into our next category, the cost of living. Overall, the cost of living in Glen Heights is 8% higher than the national average. Now, when you only look at housing, it's higher by 6%. And when it comes to Glen Heights utilities, you can expect to pay 10% more. Now, from a groceries perspective, you're paying 2% less. And from a transportation perspective, you're paying 10% less than the national average. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, Jaime, Glen Heights is the city for me. If that's you, fantastic. I want to invite you to connect with our top realtors, linked down below. However, if you're still on the fence, that's okay too. I want to give you two comparable cities to consider. I want you to check out DeSoto, and I also want you to give a look at Red Oak. But before you go, I want to let you in on a little secret. There's actually a city in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex that is selling brand new homes, completely spanking new, for under $100,000. And that city is called